6 of these 8 crops will still be feeding you in February. Not stored, not canned, still standing in frozen ground, waiting on you. Japanese farmers built their winter gardens around one question: not what harvests before frost, but what stays alive when snow comes. Crop 1. Daikon. Start with daikon. Most gardeners who grow it are only using half of what it offers. Here is what happens when the cold comes. The root was already working through your soil from the moment you sowed it, driving down through compacted clay, through hardpan a spade cannot reach. By October, a bed of daikon has aerated itself 12 inches down. Japanese farmers have used daikon as a tillage crop for generations. A root vegetable that feeds you and fixes your soil at the same time is twice the crop at the same price. Then the cold hits. Daikon turns its starch into sugar to keep from freezing. A daikon pulled in September is sharp and strong. A daikon pulled from frosted ground in November is mild enough to slice raw. You added nothing, you just left it there. So direct, 1 centimeter deep, 15 centimeters apart. No stones. A daikon that meets a stone comes up forked. Thin to the strongest seedling at 4 centimeters. Sow daikon in your worst, most compacted bed on purpose. Let the root do the work for you. Crop 2. Carrots. The whole point of carrots on this list is one fact. A carrot sitting in cold ground converts starch into sugar the entire time. It is the plant protecting itself. Sugar in the cells drops the freezing point, same as antifreeze in a radiator. Pull in September and you have a vegetable. Pull in December after 3 hard frosts and you have something else entirely. Japanese farmers call this the difference between hata yasai and fuyu yasai, field vegetables and winter vegetables. Same seed, same ground, different timing, different food. 2 mistakes kill August carrots. First, starting in trays. Never. A carrot is a taproot. Disturb it young and it forks. Sow straight into the ground, always. Second, letting the seed dry out. Carrot seed takes 2 to 3 weeks. In August heat, the top centimeter dries by midday. Sow the row, water it, lay a board flat over the soil. Check every morning. The day you see the first green threads, remove it immediately. Not that evening, that morning. A seedling under a board stretches pale and dies within a day. Mulch with straw before the ground freezes. Go out in January and dig from a bed with snow on it. Crop 3. Horenso. This is the most difficult germination on the entire list, and it is why most gardeners have given up on spinach at least once. Spinach seed above 25 degrees will not start. Japanese grandmothers solved this with 20 minutes of work. Take the seed, put it in cold water for a full day. Dry it on a cloth in the shade until not wet to the touch. Put it in a jar and set it in the coldest part of your refrigerator for 1 week. Then straight into the ground. It germinates in August soil where packet seed would have produced nothing. No week to spare. Sow in the evening, water heavy, lay a board over the row. Sow twice as thick as you think. Spinach handles 15 degrees of frost in the open. When frost hits the leaves, the same starch to sugar conversion happens. It becomes a different leaf, sweet, mild, without the sharpness people complain about. Put a hoop and fleece over that bed, and you are cutting from October through March. Sow a second row 2 weeks behind the first. Some years the first wins, some years the second. You will never know which in advance. Crop 4. Hakusai Napa cabbage, the most time-critical crop on this list. This is the one where the calendar has already caught up with you. If you are watching this in the second half of August, Hakusai needs to go in this week. Hakusai Napa cabbage is the most important preserved vegetable in the Japanese winter kitchen. It is the base of kimchi, the bulk of winter tsukemono, the vegetable that carries a Japanese family through January. And it has a planting window so narrow that Japanese farmers mark it on the calendar every year without exception. Here is the thing to understand about hakusai rather than just remember. The plant makes a head by forming leaves that curl inward and press tight against each other. That process needs a specific combination of cooling temperatures and shortening days. Start it too late, and the plant begins that process in weather that is already too cold. The head never tightens. The leaves sit open, and the heart rots in the first wet weather. Mid-August to very early September. That is the window. After that, it is gone. Start seeds in trays. Unlike the root vegetables, hakusai transplants well. Sow into a tray now, and transplant at the 3-leaf stage, about 3 weeks from today, spaced 45 centimeters apart. Cover the bed with insect netting from the day you set the plants out. The white butterfly that destroys Brassica family plants is still flying in August, and she is looking for exactly this. Net it, and she cannot lay what she cannot land on. Take the netting off once nights turn properly cold. A Hakusai head that has been through 2 or 3 light frosts is tighter, sweeter, and holds longer than one cut in warm weather. Crop 5. Komatsuna. The fastest serious food crop in any garden. Japanese farmers never let a bed sit empty after this. Komatsuna is the gap filler crop of the Japanese kitchen garden. The rule is simple. The moment a summer plant comes out, Komatsuna goes in. It germinates in 5 to 10 days. It gives you edible leaves in 30. It is fully mature in 45 to 60 days, and it contains more calcium than standard spinach. Japanese gardeners call it kairu yasai, the returning vegetable, because it is the crop that fills every empty space, every gap left by a finished summer plant, every corner that would otherwise sit bare through autumn. It does not need its own bed. It fits around everything else. Scatter seed thickly across prepared soil. No individual spacing needed for cut and come again harvesting. Water consistently. The one thing that kills August Komatsuna is letting the soil dry out in the lingering heat. Sow a new scatter every 2 weeks from now through October. Never rely on one sowing. The Japanese gardener always has 3 plantings at different stages. Pick leaves from the outside. Leave the center growing. Done correctly, 1 sowing feeds you for 8 weeks. Crop 6. Mizuna, cut it wrong once and you have killed it. Cut it correctly and you will never need to sow it again. Mizuna is one of those crops that every gardener underestimates until they grow it properly. Then they cannot imagine the garden without it. It germinates in 5 days. Baby leaves are ready in 20, and it regrows after cutting 3, 4, sometimes 5 times from a single August sowing, each regrowth taking about 2 weeks. 1 bed of Mizuna planted now is still producing in November, from a single sowing. The technique that makes it work is the cut. Japanese farmers cut Mizuna exactly 1 centimeter above the base of the plant using a pair of clean scissors or a sharp knife. Not higher, you leave too much stem and the center gets tangled. Not lower, you cut into the crown and it dies. 1 centimeter above the base. Then walk away and let it regrow. Do not pull Mizuna. Never pull it. 1 August sowing cut correctly 4 times across the season produces more food than 4 separate sowings pulled up one at a time. It tolerates frost. It tolerates heat. It grows in almost any soil. The Japanese gardening tradition does not treat Mizuna as a specialty crop. It treats it as a right. Crop 7. Negi. The Japanese leek that feeds you all winter without ever being lifted from the ground. Everybody plants onions and forgets negi entirely, and I cannot work out why. Negi, Japanese bunching onion, Welsh onion, does something a stored onion will never do. It stands in frozen ground all winter and waits for you. You go out in January, put a fork under one, and bring it in. It does not need to be lifted, cured, or stored. It is alive in the ground, and it is the closest thing to a self-storing vegetable that any garden produces. The white shank, the pale blanched section at the base, is the part that Japanese cooks prize above everything else. It is mild, sweet, and mellow in a way the green tops are not, and that white shank is only white because it never saw the light. 2 ways to get it. Make a hole about 15 centimeters deep, drop the young negi plant into it, and water it in without filling the hole. The hole fills itself as the plant grows and the surrounding soil settles. Or plant shallow and hill soil up around the base every 2 to 3 weeks as it thickens. Either method works. What does not work is planting flat and leaving it, which gives you a fat spring onion instead of a proper negi. Plant now, spaced 15 centimeters apart. Hill the base every 2 to 3 weeks. Mulch the row before the ground freezes so you can get a fork in through winter. And do not throw the green tops when you harvest. Japanese families put those tops into soup stock, into miso, into every broth they make through winter. Nothing is discarded. Crop 8. Gobo burdock root. The crop Japanese families would plant before all others, and almost nobody outside Japan grows it. I know what happens when I say burdock. Most people have never eaten it, and have no idea what to do with it. Put that aside for a moment and listen, because this is the crop I would plant before anything else on this list if I had room for only one thing. Gobo, burdock root, is the winter storage crop of the traditional Japanese kitchen. It has been grown in Japan for over 1,000 years. And it does something that nothing else on this list will do. It improves in the ground the longer you leave it. A gobo root you dig in October is decent. A gobo root you dig in December after several hard frosts is a completely different thing. Rich, earthy, slightly sweet, with a depth of flavor that has no equivalent in a Western winter garden. The reasons gardeners fail with it, and there are two. First, the seed. Burdock seed goes dormant fast. Use fresh seed from this season, not what is left in a packet from last year. Soak the seed in warm water for 24 hours before sowing to break dormancy. Second, the soil. Gobo sends a taproot down 60 to 90 centimeters, sometimes deeper. It will fork on a stone the same as a carrot and come up twisted and stunted. Sow it in the deepest, loosest soil you have, worked down as deep as you can go, with every stone removed. Some Japanese farmers grow gobo in raised tubes of loose sandy soil set vertically into the ground, specifically to give the root a clear run. That is how seriously they take the depth. Sow direct into the ground, 2 centimeters deep. Space 30 centimeters apart. Mark the row and leave it. Gobo seed is slow to germinate, sometimes 3 weeks or more, and gardeners who dig the row over after 2 weeks of seeing nothing have made the most common mistake. Leave it alone. Then in December, when you have had several hard frosts, go out with a fork. Dig deep. Pull slowly. Slice it thin. Cook it in sesame oil and soy, the Japanese preparation called kinpira, and you will understand why this crop fed Japanese families through winter for 1,000 years. Let a few plants go to seed in spring. You may never need to sow it again. 8 crops. 6 of them still alive and feeding you in February. The difference between a winter garden and an empty bed is made right now, in August, by the gardener who plants when it still feels like summer, before the season turns, before the window closes, before the crops that need warmth to germinate have nothing left to germinate into. Japanese farmers never leave a bed empty. They never wait for the cold to tell them summer is over. They read the calendar, they count back from the first frost, and they put seed in the ground while the heat is still there to use.